right, let some more folks jump on here. Let me put a note in the Telegram. Dogs. A few more minutes and then we're gonna get started. It's gonna be more like a question and answer session. Well, everybody gonna get started. What I want to start doing with the group, we're gonna start trying to do it on like Tuesday. Well, I'll probably do it on Tuesday. Well, it's gonna be more like a a Q&A for people. There's a lot of people coming to the group brand new. It may not be able to understand what's going on Thursday. That we probably could cover on Tuesday, like when you're going through IML, you got questions or you don't understand something, you can actually get some help out the group. And at the same time, for the people that want to work the other side of the business and the marketing and all that, you can ask Chanel questions about the business also. But I want to start doing that this year to try to help people kind of kick into overdrive a little bit, because there's a lot of information being added in IML that people should really be taking advantage of, and it's good information. And that's coming from me, and I've been trading a while. There's some good information in there, even with the few people that just added on. And I know a couple of them, people on their team personally, that this the type of stuff they doing in their groups. They helping each other out. So if anybody got any questions or don't understand something on a chart or don't understand something somebody talk about in IML, you can unmute yourself and ask a question. Everybody don't go one at a time. Nobody got no concerns?
This is Reggie. How's it going?
Yes, sir.
Um,
All right.
I'm trying to wrap my head around the supply and demand zone and how you draw them out, or how do you, just like you have there on the screen, how do you determine supply and demand? It's probably something that I still need to. I'm working on it, but I'm trying to find the answer to it. But I guess I'd just rather ask you. Maybe you know. Maybe you can tell me, and maybe I can understand it a lot better. But
Like, say, for instance, I'm going to blow this little part up. So you see, like, you looking for those areas where they came in and dominate. You see all these green candles going up
yeah.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
At this very bottom, which I don't got mine quite in the right spot reference. In fact, I'll move it. Down here in this little area where this wick at, you probably gonna get some strong support if it make it back down there. Because you literally can tell where the buyers came in and drove the price straight up without hesitation. And when I drop one right here at this top, you can clearly tell where the sellers came in and straight drove that price down a good little ways. So I use it as a reference. It's the 4 hour. And to be honest, if you look, and this is why he's been talking about these pairs selling off. See, this is live data. You see it came up here, which I don't got this one drawn in this right area either. It's actually, I've been working with it a little bit. That's actually right there where it's supposed to be at. It hit that zone. And all you waiting is for a confirmation. It kind of double tap also, so it went up. You waiting for a strong bearish move back down. Just like what Lindor talking about, it flagged back, gave you a strong bearish push down. You could have got in on that strong bearish push down right there at the bottom of that zone. And literally could ride these trades, especially when you catch on a 4 hour and daily, all the way back down, probably to this small zone I just draw right here. Without any problems. Just off supply and demand. If you didn't want to trade what was in the middle. You see, it's a strong move down because it's basically pole, flag, pole, the short, You can barely say it's a whole pole, flat, whole pole, all the way down and it's headed down here. And the reason I got it right here, buyers came back in a little bit, pushed it straight back up to the zone. So that's why I marked that area right there. But I'll watch it when it comes down to this area. So like this trade for me, personally, I wouldn't get in until it hit this zone down here. I'll be looking for a buy when it hit the zone down here. Right now, I'd have missed the big move. The move would have been to catch it on the zone up here and take it all the way down. That's all I'd be waiting for now. So then I just use the call levels out. Put this in when it get closer down here, like around that 150, middle of that 150 area, which I probably watched this one. I see how it act when it hit this zone right here. See if it actually go through it or give me a bullish move back to the upside.
Okay, so we're reading supply and demand to the left of the candles. So in a situation where we're trying to
What you mean by left of the candle?
I'm sorry, the left of the charts. So if in a situation where if we're trying to get in the market, are we drawing our supply and demand area?
I draw my supply demand out 4 hour and daily and higher. 4 hour and higher. Then like if you're trying to catch a trade now, then you had to break it on down. You had to go on down to a smaller time frame and see can you in or somewhere. Cause like you see, I had this trend line drawn right here. Really, it about lined up right here where it actually flagged back a little bit. And I blow this little area up for you. If I had to draw that on out the correct way, this probably would have been right up in here. Let me just draw something right here.
All right, so I think that's what got me on because I'm trying to.
And this is what Lindor wait on. So he drew the trend line.
Okay.
I'm looking at the hour. Guess what? It broke through the trend line. Now you're waiting on a flag for confirmation. It flagged back a little bit. Gave bearish candle. Went on down. So you waiting on a little. You would have probably waited on a bigger flag confirmation, but that was enough for you to see that it wasn't going back above this trend line when you start getting these bearish candles. So you could have got in right up in here somewhere. When you finally got a solid bearish move, stronger bearish move to the downside. Now, as you see, it's just like what he said. Now, it's pulling on down, flag back, pull on down, made a small flag, pull straight on down. If you was trying to trade right now, this hour. So this happening a little bit quicker. Me now, I'm a little bit more patient. So when I catch it, if I catch it on the 4 hour or the daily in one of these zones, I'm literally probably gonna let it run all the way down or close to this next zone down here. And that's what I showed one of the guys, like I was talking about in the group this morning. One of the guys was out onto the supply. He just caught on straight to the supply and demand zone. And that's why he made 92 pips on that trade, because he caught it in the zone on the CAD-JPY. Let me see. CAD. This was basically what this is. This is 4 hour right here. I ain't gonna use that area. It's the movie called earlier. Let me blow it back up so you can understand what I'm talking about. Daily. See the daily? This what I do before I take trades. I just start really just charting my chart. I'm gonna go in. Let me draw this zone on the daily. You see that? This is the daily chart.
Yeah.
So guess what? That's a strong move you catching in the zone. Right here, go another zone down here. We're gonna draw this one out. This is literally what I be doing when I take my trades. I'm telling you, these zones when you can start recognizing. And I said, you watch Oren. See, Oren gonna talk a lot about zone. I know a lot of people in his group. He'll get on his channel and watch him. He goes real technical with it. He like to teach. I don't know why they didn't draw it. But it's my process. And see, like I tell you, I use TD Ameritrade because this platform is free. I got somebody calling me, and they actually walk you through using this platform. I got somebody calling me tomorrow, matter of fact. But this is what I'm looking at. And if you was trading this, oh, I touched it. Like he caught this trade, it came up here, it touched it. Guess what it did? It reacted, went back down, gave a strong bearish move to the downside. He got in on this candle, came by halfway, and took it on down and just let it run. It's the daily, so you're gonna let it run. So he literally put it in yesterday evening, but today, guess what? It's up 90 pips. And it looks like it actually went lower than that. So it really was like 100 and some pip trade in less than a day. On that, just knowing where that zone was. So guess what? If you was setting up for the next trade and it actually made it down here where I draw this one at, the possibility is gonna probably go back up. But this little move right here, you might want to draw one up a little bit right here because the buys came in, pushed it up hard, had a little flag back, and pushed it all the way to the zone. I would mark that because guess what? They came in and literally pushed it to the zone. So I would mark this little area right here with another red sign.
Okay, I guess that's what got me a
So
little
now guess what? This is a live chart. I'll be watching this area right here to see if it's gonna go through. If it go through, and I'm looking for it to go down here. I want this move down here because that'll be the big move that I can ride all the way back up. But if you're trying to take your profit, I know where to take your profit at. You might want to take your profit when you get up in this area because it may turn around and go right back up. So that's the last area the buyers came in and pushed it right back up. And they're just looking at the daily. And if, like I said, if you're trying to, I wouldn't go no lower than this 4 hour, but better look. If you want a better look at it. And that's what's going on right now. Like literally, the seller dominating right now. It'd be crazy to try to go in and buy it right now because they literally pushing it all the way down without any resistance. So that was a good trade that he took this morning. Well, yesterday. And I took it with him because he asked me about it. I looked at it. That was a perfect trade. And because it's on the daily and on a higher time frame, it's stronger. And you really could trade just like this. If you learn supply demand, you really could trade just like this. And you ain't got to trade in between them and let it run from zone to zone. But if you catch on that daily like that, it's definitely finna get you some pips. Like I said, it's the day here, probably 100 or more. And that's best supply demand. You looking for the area where it came in. They came in, they dominated. And I use this, and I like I said, I get like they see it moving, it's telling me the price, and so I put it in call levels. I ain't finna trade right there. I really want to buy down here. There's no need to get in. Look at that strong bearish move right there. It'd be crazy to buy that right now. It ain't showing you a strong enough buy move to get in. You see the zone in between. That's it. And really, if you draw the trend line on it, you'll see it broke that uptrend with that strong push down. You draw your trend line or whatever.
Okay, I follow you. I was just
Yeah.
kind of confused whereas if you're taking a trade and the candles haven't formed yet to actually determine.
What you mean? What you mean by they ain't formed yet?
Yeah, if I'm looking at supply and demand and the candles haven't formed, and I'm about to take a trade, but I want to see supply and demand.
You're gonna draw supply and demand, like I said, from earlier candles where the market actually came in and dominate.
Okay.
So like I go in and I chart this whole. Somebody asking me a question. Let me see. Oh, that's you type in there. So say for instance, I'm charting this whole chart, and I just want to go on it. And this is why I like TD Ameritrade. I could draw this out, come in here, edit it, and extend it out.
Okay. That makes more sense. Okay.
And that line will stay on my chart all the way out the whole year. So we can literally go back. And like I said, I tell you, the reason I use TD Ameritrade because I can go back. What am I? I'm on the 4-hour count. That one. I wanted to. I get on this daily. Change this time frame. I go back 20 years and literally see what the market did year by year and get a kind of feel of what's going on with the market right now. Because the market repeats itself over and over again each year.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So for me looking at this, we may go up just a little bit more, probably up in here somewhere. Cause it looks like it's probably in like phase 2. Let me see, probably about phase 2. Pulling back, going side. This really sideways action on a high time frame. Probably gonna go down, go back up, go up here, hit this little area right here, and come on back down. But that's over. That's the bigger picture. It's the first of the year. So it's probably gonna get up a little bit more, and then lo and behold, later on, we start selling off. See, 2015 sold straight off. That's 2014, 2014, 2015, 2016. Now we at the bottom. You get what I'm saying? Now you hit the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's trying to make its way back up, really up the hill somewhere. If we get that far this year, who knows? But there's to give you a reference of exactly how the market working. It's trying to get back up here in these areas. Now we done bottom out. Guess what? You want it? All this stuff work the same no matter what time frame. Why didn't you draw it?
All right. LMFX allows you to draw the
Yeah, you can draw it. It's just hard to use it, but
yeah.
look at what you see. You draw it on time frame. Lo and behold, what happened? Trend line got broke. End of 2016, flagging, pole, flagging. Probably gonna keep doing that on up till we get something else. But guess what? We can draw a trend line since it's going up now, out toward the future a little bit. What we got? All this stuff lined up over and over again. It's a 20-year chart. So I'm really getting to see exactly what's going on right now. We just passed this little area. Now we up, like I said, up in here. This might be the next little level, but that's it. Now I got the bigger picture. Now we just go back and look at it the normal way. I know what's trying to go on, so you reference it kind of like that. That's how you use supply and demand and the trend lines and stuff. It show you the market does the same thing over and over again. It don't matter.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Anybody else got any questions? I know you do. It's the best time and way. It's the best way to learn. I can show you what I'm doing all day, but I'm pretty sure you done ran into something you didn't understand.
Hey, Cornell, this is David.
Yes, sir.
What pairs would you concentrate on starting out? You know, if you were starting out, which pairs would you look at? Because from a new person, there's so many pairs. So
I go to the ones that move. GBP pairs and the Euro pairs move pretty good. The US pairs move pretty good. It is really like I go through and I just chart. If something line up, I go through and I chart them up. Like I said, when the weekend hit, Friday, Saturday, the best time really to go in here and look at all these. Man, you can do the same. That's all. Like when Lindor doing the weekly outlook, you see how he going through them fast. You start doing this on your own over and over again, you'll be going through them fast like what he doing. Then you'll find the pair that you want to use. Like, look at that GBP JPY. It's coming down. Guess what? I got a call level. When they hit down in this area, I'm looking for the buy on it. Right back up. I'm gonna see how it react when it hit this zone. It'll go through. If it ain't setting up, move to another pair.
right.
You see what I'm saying? And you still can use some of the same stuff. I use Fibonacci, so you want to pull Fibonacci out, let's pull Fibonacci out. We'll draw Fibonacci from the high to the low, 38%. See where it pulled that back at the 38%, kept on going up, went up, hit that little zone. That was the end of it. Take that off. Really, I was just trying to see. Move that.
So pretty much
Let's start.
the GBP pairs are just basically the pairs that move, like you said.
You have to give them 100, 200 pips every day if you want.
Okay,
That's why that London breakout works so good. They move.
gotcha. Well, you answered my
They move pips.
yeah,
They move.
yeah. You answered my second question. Then, which sessions do you trade the most? Is it overlapping London, New York, or
I don't really trade any session now. I just like the call that was out we talked about a while back. Like this is what I literally like I said on the weekend. It don't even matter what the session is. If you're going off these zones, you put these call levels. You don't take the trade till it hit your zone.
gotcha?
You know what I'm saying? Like if it ain't well, I want to get in at, I ain't getting in. I ain't just going to force the trade. I'm gonna wait till it give me something. And usually, like I said, I'm gonna have it marked up. I'm going out these zones. You see what's going on? Like that's the 1 hour. You want something quick? Here you go. We probably got a little. He called it sell, but it's probably a little quick buy on this if you're trying to do something quick. But I had to see if it's gonna double tap down here in this area before I even mess with it. Cause like I said, it may go on through and go on down here. Because that's the hour. If I seen this on the 4 hour, it'd be a little bit stronger. Let's draw this little area up for an hour. And you can kind of see what's going on. Like right now, it's going a little bit sideways, but it may be making that move to the downside. But guess what? These next couple candles on this 4 hour will let you know exactly where it's going. So this one probably push up, and then the next one push up. Guess what? We going up. This zone held up. The little small zone held up right here. And you wait, but like I said, you can put them in call levels. You can literally, bam, okay, call level. I'm gonna put you in at 1.359 for a potential sale. Wait on it. It's close. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna put you in down here at 1.35 potential buy. Wait on it. Now you come look at the camera, see what they're doing, react. They break through that. You didn't catch that. You know what? I'm gonna wait on 1.345 to check it for another potential buy. And that's all I really do now. That's why, like I said, CADJPY put that in, that one trade right there. That was something. He did that 10 cents. I did it at $1. That was $920. And what I'm learning now, because we used to that short time frame, I'm learning now that them higher time frames, when they hit them zones, it's gonna give you them pips. 4 hour and higher gonna give you what you're looking for. And you can literally sit here and wait on it.
All right. Thank you.
And then like on this yearly chart I'm looking at, you see I draw it. It's a straight uptrend from 2017. So now we're gonna see if we're gonna keep on this uptrend or break this trend line. So we can stretch this on out a little bit, but if you notice how it's reacting on the trend line, is hitting it, going back up. These is all buys every time it hit that line. So if you line this up with what's going on right now, you're looking for a buy, you're looking for something that's real strong. Like I said, you can draw this trend line on out. Like I said, pretty much as you see, it's going to basically line up with this zone right here. Which I need to make it bigger anyway. And that zone right there, if it make it down there, may react to this trend line and push it right back up strong. And you don't. This would be one of them Lindor type trades where you can ride it from 1.33 all the way back up here at 1.36. That's a couple hundred pips. And just get used to looking at it the same way on all the time frames. But I don't really go down to the hour too much no more. I still use it a little bit if I'm trying to get something quick. Like right now, I had took the chance. See how this hour moving for a quick buy, but I ain't probably really expecting it to get way back up here. I had to see how it's gonna do right up in this little area because it's going sideways a little bit. When you're doing supply and demand, it hit the area quick and take off. That's why you see how I'm drawing it. Like it didn't stay in these areas that long and pushed it up. It didn't stay in this area that long and pushed it down. Hit this area, went up. That's really what you're looking for. It didn't actually just camp out in them areas. And I think I was looking at this one earlier because I was looking at some other stuff on. Let me go back to the 4 hour though. Is this the 4 hour? 38. Anybody else got any questions? I'm sitting there messing with the chart. PCAD.
I was looking at that TD merit or it looks like it was 60 days for free.
What TD
Yeah,
Ameritrade?
Ameritrade. Yeah.
No, you just go ahead and set up a live account.
Oh, okay.
You ain't got to put no money in it. Like you can. I just use it to chart. They gonna call me tomorrow anyway. They actually walk you through this platform. I'm gonna find out what the fees is. The fees ain't that bad. I might start using TD Ameritrade. But
Yeah.
right now, I just use it to chart. 'Cause all this stuff stay on here when I'm doing all this.
Okay.
And plus, like I said, I can highlight areas, blow it up, go back 20 years. It's more accurate, basically. Like if you can start finding the zones you in TD Ameritrade, like you see when I look at my 4 hours going back 180 days.
Right. I saw that. Yeah.
My hour going back almost the whole month. So really the hour pretty strong in TD Ameritrade also. Like you really seeing what's going on in that pair, basically almost for the whole month. And then when you looking at the 15-minute, like it's gonna be a lot more movement on it. But like I said, when it pass through these zones, you see this move, that's what it does. It let you know it's through there. See, when it came back up to it, it went through there. Then pulled back, gave that flag. That's kind of how it's reacting. And it's been working pretty good for me.
Yeah, I like a lot of that on it and tools.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So, do you like that better than paid?
I can't hear you.
Do you like it better than the paid trading view?
Yes. Like it's more accurate. Like you getting the real data. Like when I look at that daily, it's a year. It's a year data right here. Think about it. You actually seeing the real zones on it. Like I just went look these time frames. I can literally tell what's probably gonna go on all year. That's somebody would call my phone. I can go back and look and see exactly what it did year to year. So really what you can see is look at 2011, 2012. When it gets down in this area, it's probably like it pulled off that area. That was back then. Now we didn't hit a peak. It went to the high up there. Now we back down in that area again. So that's why I said I'm expecting for this one with this GBP CAD, I'm really higher because you see how I went this sideways from early years. As far as it had been. Look how far we're going back.
Wow.
I got an idea where the market going. We're gonna get a little up, down, but guess what? We trying to get back up here. This gonna be the first. This gonna be the next one. I love it. They show it to you. Yeah, TradingView ain't getting you that much data. Might ask you another question a little bit. What you talking about, Blake? Well, y'all quiet here. Who else? Anybody else? Y'all must be making a lot of money.
No, can you hear me? It's David again.
Yeah.
Hey, so since you use the supply and demand zones a lot, do you even use the scanner? Like, because you don't really need to, do you?
No, man. You want to start getting as good as this on your own
Right.
as you can. The scanner, there's a bonus.
Gotcha.
You just looking for something quick and it scan it. I think it's a way to set the alert on it and give you a quick trade if you're looking for something. But I don't even be in a rush no more, to be honest, because if you can learn this and catch these, this will get you everything you need for the whole week.
Gotcha.
And just take the time on the weekend, start going to chart, supply demand zone, monitor it. Matter of fact, do your few pairs. Guess what? You might be able to catch a few pairs setting up and get what you need for the whole week, and you ain't got to do all that work by trying to jump in and out. You ain't got to do all that work no more.
Gotcha.
I still can do the little short trades, but I ain't gonna go no lower than an hour if I'm looking at something.
Cornell, can we set up alerts on that?
On what? On this?
Yeah, on Thinkorswim. So when it's getting close to where
I
we
don't
want
know.
it.
I just do it on call levels right now. But the guy calling me tomorrow, like TD Ameritrade actually has somebody call you and walk you through their whole platform.
Oh, okay.
So when you own that live account and download it, you can schedule somebody to call you. Cause they getting ready to add crypto over here too. So that's why I'm gonna find out everything I need to find out tomorrow. Cause if the feed's right, I use TD Ameritrade, and they got an app for your phone also. So
Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out.
I think you gotta get the app from them. From what the guy tell me, but the guy called me in the morning to have a talk with me.
Okay.
Anybody else? Which I can see a trade right here on the hour. Let me see. Let me move this out the way.
Hey, Cornell, this Darren. Hey,
Yeah,
how far you go back on your supply zones, writing it, charting it out?
I just pull it up. Like,
You go back a week, 2 weeks, months, or is it dependent, or what is it dependent on?
nah, like I see what's close to what's going on in the market. Like right now, let's go to something else. What I ain't charted up. Trying to see what I ain't looked at. EUR, GBP or so. So like when somebody this called Thinkorswim too, Shayla. This TD Ameritrade platform for hours. So basically I pull up a pair. Kind of see like this one really. I blow it up and see if it look a little better, but I really wouldn't trade that one. It's kind of how I go through my little process. The 4 hour and daily got to be setting up for me to even get in. I don't even want it if it's bundled up. I wonder why I can clearly see it. Like I'm looking at this one, like this December. Like TD Ameritrade, you see me keep pulling this gray to the side, I can blow it up. And I just look at the area. I ain't gonna go back too far. But I can look at the area and see like, okay, we could draw one here. We could draw one here. We can draw right here, but it's probably for me just dropping down trying to find some. But I ain't gonna go lower than this hour. I'll blow it up and look at it. See how it react.
Gotcha.
But default wise in here, if you see me clicking on it, it's giving me 4 hours, 180 days, 30 minutes, 10 days. So we look at the chart. That's how it's gonna look. You see it's bundled up, but all you gotta do is gray it up. It'll open it up for you. I'm trying to find a good one though. Somebody asked something on the chat. Oh, appreciate that, Blake. Trying to think of a path. Let's go to some US paths. See something setting. All the GBP paths pretty much are setting up pretty good though.
Also, the time, does it reflect the U.S. time, or instead of military time?
Man, to be honest, I ain't even paid attention to no time. I'm just looking at the chart. I ain't even thought about it.
Okay.
So like I said, it just like it's really a patience game. That's 30 minutes. Why looking all like that? It's really just a patience game. So like then most time I'm gonna go to the 4 hours, see the 4 hour doing. Then I'm gonna see can I draw me some zones out the daily. If it's like if not, I just draw them out the 4 hour. That's kind of how I look at it. So that's the daily look. See, it's already down now. So this trade I watch GBPR to see what it's gonna do. And to be honest, the reason I watch what it's gonna do because, well, I don't want to mess y'all up, but look like it's going back. Came up here. This was phase 3. It's going back down toward phase 2. It's trying to work all the way back down here. Eventually, it might test it, but more than likely, it's gonna hit this spot, double tap, and go back up. Probably up into this area somewhere. But I draw the trend line on it. If it don't break that trend line, it's gonna keep on going down. And right now, it don't look like the Bulls even trying to get in there. But we might get a reaction in this area right here, which I need to make that bigger. But I'm looking for this push back up that it did right here, back up to this area. But we'll watch it. But when it hit this area, you still gotta wait on your pattern setup. You see, it engulfed that bearish candle when it went up. Got a left flag, and then it pushed on up. Usually, like I said, you get a little small flag, then you're gonna get a strong bullish sign to let you know it's going back up. But I'm gonna see if I can show y'all something on this one. Let me see if it's lining up. And yes, it is lining up. So basically, what this is, it's 828. I'm gonna show y'all a little bit about the phases, like from this low to this high. It pulled down. Let me see. That's Fibonacci. Basically phase one. And it pulled back to 38%, flagged a little bit. If I blow this up, flagged a little bit, broke about the zone, came back, double tapped it on 30, a little bit above the 38, went up into the next zone. So when I'm looking at this, let me blow this back up. And y'all might not understand what I'm looking at, but I could have literally drawn it out for you by just looking at this with Fibonacci. For some reason, mine ain't acting right tonight. Because you literally, for me taking it from this low to this high up here, I know right up in here 38%. I can right click on here and do what they call Fibonacci extension. And somebody learned from me doing a little studying on my own. And I'm gonna see if it draw it right, but it ain't been working right. So I gotta actually do. I could have literally draw from this peak. It still ain't working right. Back down to this peak. Usually, when the market's going through the three phases, what I have learned when you draw it on Fibonacci extension, from this low all the way up to this high, usually when it hit in between 120 and 160%, the market has went through all three phases and it's going to start turning back around to make it all the way back down. So right now when I'm looking at this, it I don't know why it was working earlier, but now it's sideways for some reason. I could have showed it to you when I get it fixed tomorrow, but tomorrow Thursday anyway. I show it to y'all tomorrow. But with Fibonacci, from what the guy was teaching, that I'm looking at, that first phase, it hit the 38. I don't know how I put it up right there. From here, I can draw another one at the 38%. And this market probably went up to 38 again, which was 62, and pulled on up. Did the same thing, coming back down, tapped the 50, but basically, like I said, it's reverse order now, going back down the same way. Yeah, I probably don't understand that, but that's just something that over a period of time you learn a little bit. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But I'm looking for this to go down a little bit more. Test that blue line I got drawn. See how I react. And depending on how I react, if it break it, it's gonna go all the way back down there to that low. Because basically the market completes three phases each time it goes up, and it does the same thing in reverse order back down. So that's why you get the head and shoulders type move. Because you're looking right here a little bit, you're getting kind of a head and shoulders type move back to the downside. So you really got a pole, lag, pole, flag, small pole, flag, making another pole, all the way down till it show you something else. And I might react up in this area right here where I got this. So I'm just going to watch. I might get me a buy on that because usually it'll hang out in phase 2 for a little while like it did over here. And it's the 4 hours, so I might be able to get a buy right here. It ain't going back up here probably. Probably won't go no higher than up in here where I draw. That's why I draw Fibonacci. I can use this as a reference. Really, I can really use this as a zone right here, which I will put a horizontal line right there. Let's just draw it right there. I did use that as a reference, which I could have used a rectangle, but that's kind of how I look at what's going on right now. So I'm pretty sure he called the sale. I didn't get on the call. I'm pretty sure he called the sale on the GBP pair last night. Probably on GU. GU did drop a little bit. Yeah, up here, this little zone. And really, I see me keep pulling this up because even though it happened a while back, these areas still strong. So it barely came up to an area that it hit back in like September. It don't matter what month it was. When you start recognizing them zones, it don't matter. They're going to hold up. And now it's trying to make its way down a little bit. And it's pretty high. But as I say, we can go look, kind of get a general idea of what's going on. Change in 20 years. And this somebody just started doing on the weekend. So you see my 20-year chart, all it's doing is hitting a trend line going up. And it actually went up a good little bit. So let's see what we got going on back here. It seems like every time it hit that little spot, it did come up off of it. So as you see, we should go up a little bit more. The way it's looking, it's trying to actually get back up in price. And if you really pay close attention to this drawing, you see that the trend line, and this is 20-year daily, it's lining up with this big gray area I got right here. So we might get a nice little push up if we get down there, but you really have to watch these two and make sure they hold up. So, but usually when it's gonna break the zone, you're gonna get a hard counter straight through it, flag back, and keep on going. Ain't gonna really camp out in it. If it start camping out, then you probably gonna start looking for a bullish pattern back to the upside, meaning that zone ain't ready to be broken yet. And that's how I look at it. We just clearly just looked at the daily on the 20-year span and it's showing that's going up. Because it's the lowest point in the been in over a history of time. This is low as it's going and turning back around. I would suggest downloading TD Ameritrade. It's called Thinkorswim platform. There's almost live account. You ain't got to put no money in it. Play around with it and chart with it. Because all this stuff stay on it. I close it out, it's going to be still in it. And if you decide to trade with it, you can trade with it. Put some money in, you take trades with it. Any more questions?
So you're not looking at your moving averages on this platform?
Nah. I don't need to. Only reason I look at the moving average, like I said, I'm trading and some just come across and I'm flipping through chart while I'm in MetaTrader 4 and it's lining up. And stochastics and everything lining up. I take a little quick trade because I know what it's going to do. Because I probably did the same chart over and over again all week. I know what it's on that it might hit anyway. So it might be setting up when I go to MetaTrader 4. When it hit these zones. See if it's on the soul. All of us still line up. AUD. I don't know what Linda will call because I didn't even get on there. What he called a sale or something?
Yeah, he called a sale.
Nah, I think that's the one. I think my buddy been in that one for a minute. It's still supposed to be going up a little bit more.
Uh,
He caught that one down. Oh, this good zone down here at the bottom. He been riding it up.
I'm sure it will go down.
Look at it though. It's trying to make it back up here. So now it's testing this zone out. So the reason it got stopped out, it almost hit the top of that zone. Really, like I said, it double taps. So like I said, it's the ability to go back down. It'll go up here and hit the zone, like it flagged down. Now you're looking for another reaction or some bearish counter back to the downside. If you don't get it and it push straight on through it, the same might continue to keep on going up, back up here. And to be honest, looking at it, what am I looking at? I'm looking at the daily. Let me see.
Yeah, I think he said it was in for the whole week, though, didn't he?
He said he's watching for the whole week.
Yeah, I think I heard him say that it was.
But he said hit the stop loss already. What the stop loss was?
Stop loss was it was a 0.78735.
He didn't use the whole zone.
But wasn't it two or three trades in that same area?
No.
It was just one?
Yeah. With a 0.02 lot size.
But see, this is what I'm looking at. When I'm looking at the chart, AUD, you see how it came in the zone, double tap, went up. I'm looking for it to do the same thing right here. And probably going up, to be honest. I'll watch it, but to be honest, I'm looking forward to do that. But it may be giving you this move right here though.
Yeah.
It probably just hit. It probably just hit his loss, but it may be giving you that move. But like I said, the counter's gonna show you what's gonna happen anyway. Like if we blow that little area up, all you really doing is paying attention to the counter. So for instance, to be honest, the reason he gave you the trade is off of his style of trade. Like, let me stretch this out. If we stretch this out, and he was drawing his trend line, basically it broke the trend, flagged back, which he probably readjusted. He was looking for it to flag back again and push down, but see, you got a strong bullish counter right there. So like I said, me personally, I'll watch it, but it might break that zone and going up to the other. That's how the market moves up. If you pay attention, you see how it moved up, moved up, moved up, moved up. Now we got a new high right there, moved up. We just get a strong bearish move overnight, which is early right now. But
I could be wrong, but didn't it sound like he said that we could get?
hold on, I get him. I want to do it for you real fast. Let me see. Let me look at something there. I wish it was working right. close to it. 38. Let's check some things out.
It could have just been that zone. So you're gonna be exactly right, but
I don't think it's quite over to the upside yet. I don't think I would have put that one in. Like I said, they had to give me a strong bearish move back, but I can see where it slowed down with all these candles going sideways right here. But this move might have been to make you think it was going down and give another push up to the upside. Yeah, I really think that what happened to 3. Yeah, I can't tell you about that one. That's the daily look. But it's looking pretty promising to like a pole, flag, pole type formation to me.
yeah, because before the those green bullish candles, he was looking at it. I think it was just the two red candles, and he was going off that zone that you said from the daily. I think you're on the daily right now, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the daily.
So yeah, he was looking off that.
But he might get what's the day? He might get what he's looking for by Friday. It might do this same. Like I said, the market repeats it, so it might do this little same double tap right here and get him to move to the downside, or it might be double tap to the upside. That's why I said I just leave it alone. But I can catch it up here at these highs and these strong zones. That's why I really want to catch it at. Even though this one, I didn't quite draw it right. The zone should have been down here. It really just hit the edge of it. Gave that strong bullish candle back through it. That's the trade I would have wanted all the way up here. I would have probably cashed out. No, I wouldn't have cashed out. I probably would have locked it in and let it keep going and still been in it to the upside. Just because last time they came in and dominated, they pushed it all the way up. If you look, Bulls is definitely in control. Let the sellers want to sneak in by Friday and try to snatch it.
Hey, can you review the swipe trade that just came through?
A swipe trade came through.
Yeah, it is Euro odd on the 1 hour time frame.
For 1 hour, let me see. Entry price 1.5220. Look at this chart.
Was that a crypto?
I just go look at it myself. No, it's a Euro odd. EURAUD. Wealthy Pips that sent it out. Which one we
It's a
just
swipe
looking
trade.
at?
Okay, I'm looking at something else. Sorry.
That's why he did an hour. Like it's probably gonna make it down here where I said I'm waiting on to buy it. So yeah, probably a good sale on it. How many pips he trying to get? Let me see. 50 pips.
So how do you know when to get out of these trades? Because I did one of the swipe trades earlier, and it didn't even work out. So I lost a little bit of money on it. So I don't know when to get out of them. How do you know when it's looking bad? Because some of them, it seems like they'll ride it out for a long time before it goes into profit. So
I use my trend line. So let me see what he got his stop off at 152.415. Probably lined up with the trend line, which it is. So basically, what he's saying is stop loss. That's what 152.415. Ain't giving it too much room. There's something else somewhere. I think he's just trying to quick trade off of this right here. His stop loss closer up and down somewhere. No, this is daily. He's looking at an hourly. Okay. I see what he's looking at. It's making a flag. Down, down, down. This a fake rejection pin. It may flag on down looking at the hour. It done pulled back. What was the entry on it? The entry was 152.2. Right where is that? Oh, he talking about up here. I said that's a good trade. And he basically made the stop loss. Really, if he took this candle out, this bearish candle out, that's basically how you would trade it anyway. He basically saying if it take this wick out on this candle, close to it, he out of it. But he looking at this formation right here, like it went up, flag back, came down, flag back, came down. He looking for it to continue and make it. Now you just got this strong bearish move. That is some sellers did come in. You looking for to pull back one more candle probably, push back down. That's how the market moves. Let me see how he draw this chart out. Pretty much that's what he's looking at. Yep. I said check it out.
Wouldn't he have given a take profit?
He did. The first take profit 1.51687. Oh, he waiting for that flag and then the pole right back down up in here somewhere. So barely trying to get this from here down to here. He ain't trying to get much. But he got the next one to go down to probably the zone, to be honest. Close to it. Somebody drawing on my thing? Yep. He got it going to the zone. Where I draw the zone with it. Profit target. That might be a good trade. That's why I want to get in it. But he just showed you if you want to enter and take it on down to the zone. His profit target too is at my zone right there. So you might get what he said, 100. That's 120 pips where he just taking that trade at. So it's 120 pips left down there. So by the time, guess what? This pair right here be ready for me Monday to be buying. And I'm gonna try to get all them pips back up. So that's 120 in between now. That's got to be almost 600-700 pips. Probably about 500-600 pips all the way back up to the top of that zone. And if you make it to this little part, it's probably about 300-400 pips right here. But that's a good. Anybody else got anything?
Hey, Cornell, would that not be an overlapping zone? That little that rally right above where you drew your demand zone,
You talking about right here?
just above that where you see that rally at of them bulls.
What you asking?
Would that not be an overlapping zone, like a zone on top of a zone?
What would be an overlapping zone?
You see where you got your cursor?
What you talking? Yeah.
The bottom, yeah, right there.
What about it?
Would that not be an overlapping zone? Zone on top of a zone? Because that's doing a rally, and then where you drew your zone at doing a rally. And we waiting on the zone that's on the bottom.
No, I just draw my zone up under that rally. It just ain't have no wick. I just draw mine up under it. More than likely it's gonna go past this little area anyway.
Okay.
Then pull back up. So it ain't really overlapping. Like you can draw it the way you want to draw it, but I could have opened it up and just included all that in there. But
Okay.
I
I
just
thought it was
I just usually
coincided.
just put mine up under. Cause usually have a wick. Usually I use the wick. Just like right here, I would have used the wick and draw it. You can see why I use the wick because it hit right up in the little wick area. It hit all in the wick area. So
I
the
got you.
same thing gonna probably happen down here. hmm Anybody else? If not, I got Christian on here because some of y'all been asking about the trust, and I'm gonna let him take over for a second. If anybody else got no more questions
He said for me to take over.
for you to take over.
Uh, well, I just want to thank all y'all, and I really want to thank Cornell. Me and Cornell have a really good relationship, and uh, Cornell really doesn't have to be doing this. He dedicates a lot of time to helping you all out and helping me out with learning how to trade. And I've known Cornell for going on probably about 2 years now, so I really do appreciate him taking out the time to teach other people. And I ask that you all really sincerely share that appreciation in the group for what him and Chanel were doing, because with the IML platform, the education is there, But having someone like Cornell that's there, he brings those nuances to the table that most people are just not going to be able to share with you because you got Lindor doing his thing and then everybody else on their platform doing their thing. So I really had a great relationship, just working together. And so um, I don't know if you all know who I am, but I guess you would call me a trust expert, but I am a trust counselor, a trust consultant. So we don't, I have clients that are millionaires and people that make $50,000 a year. People ask me, do you need to have money to actually start a trust? And I would tell them no. What you need to do is you need to have a source of income. So you all have a source of income with IML. But the issue that you all are going to run into with IML is that you are going to receive money directly to you. And in turn, anything you own, quote unquote, money, you can be sued or taxed on. And the Vault and what my program, the Vault and our training program, we train you how to eliminate tax liability by using trust. We educate you on how to eliminate being sued with assets and things like that. So we have an educational platform, but we do provide the contracts that you would utilize to administer your lives. And that's from a position of owning nothing and controlling everything. So you won't be, well, you can be sued, but you won't own anything anymore. And so it's the same thing with the money that you're making from the IML. It shields the income that's being made. And we're going to take it through a process of interrelating trust to eliminate even tax liability. And so, that's what we bring to the table, or what I bring to the table. And we train individuals in that system of interrelating trust to actually do so. So I don't mind answering any questions tonight. It's probably the best time to get me because consultations for an hour cost. So if you do have any questions, please, you're not going to overwhelm me. I'm here because Cornell and Chanel and the other team members that we have that are in our trustee training program that are on the line here right now. So I'm willing to answer questions, and hopefully the questions that you all are asking someone else may have, and their question will be answered. So, I'm here to work with you all. Okay, I guess I got disconnected.
No, you're good.
Thank you.
I got a question.
Can I have your name first, too? I like knowing people's name before I actually start talking to them. It's important to know people's names.
It's Blake.
Hey, Blake, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. Hey, my question is, how long is the education process for learning the trust? I guess the basics, fundamentals.
That's a good question, Blake. So to be long story short is I can't tell you how long it's going to take you to learn the subject matter. What I can assure you is that we have a continuing education program that it never ends. I'm a trustee. I have mentors that are trustees. They've been trustees for over 25, 30 years. There's a never ending process. When you deal in contract, which is a law, which is a practice, that's why they call it a practice, you never end it. So you're always in the process of perfecting the practice. Now, there's things that you shouldn't do in trust. There's only two things that you shouldn't do, actually. These are two things that will ruin a trust. You can't commingle funds. So that means that you all, once you give up ownership of the money that you're making in IML, and the trust is the account that the money's going in, you don't try to do anything personally anymore. Everything is business. Everything's a business expense. The trust pays for it. The trust doesn't, the trust isn't supposed to pay for you to have the trust is supposed to have a company vehicle that you drive. Commingling funds is where you take money out of trust account and try to put it in a personal account and say that it was a business expense, but you're really the trustee. It's just certain things you shouldn't be doing. You shouldn't be doing personal stuff anymore. You should be doing business. The second thing is fraudulently transferring. You shouldn't transfer anything that has a debt on it into the trust trying to evade a creditor. You're trying to hide and defraud and slow down a creditor from collecting their money. So it's two things you can't do in a trust. If you learn those two things right now on the phone, there you go. That's the law of the trust. But um, the basics, the way you administer, it's a lifestyle. You've been programmed to own everything. You've been programmed to think about you and yours. When you come into the trust lifestyle, you learn that it's not about you, it's about the governing instrument. It's about the contract. It's about business. It's never personal. So that could be a process. I don't know how long it's going to take a person to deprogram themselves, to not think like an employee, to think like an entrepreneur, to think like an investor, to think about growing assets impersonally, not personally.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Hey, this is, and I was just wondering how much the training is.
Okay. So Latoya, we have two phases. Okay. The first phase is separating your business wealth from your personal wealth. The second phase is making money giving it away. So in our first phase, you acquire a business trust and family trust, and you acquire training with that. That is 5,500 for the month of January. It's normally not 5,500. It's actually 7,500. So the second phase, which is making money by giving it away, that is where you acquire a charitable trust, which is a private family foundation. That entity is normally $13,000. For the month of January is $9,000. And it comes with training.
Is that a monthly charge or a one-time fee?
It's a one-time payment. It gives you access to our training. It gives you access to our community. Like we have a workshop coming up in February on the 24th in South Florida in Miami. I actually locked down the hotel today. Our team locked that down, so we're going to do a workshop from 9 to 5 on the 24th, and you'll actually get to see us visually go through our entire system of interrelating trust, business trust, family trust, and connected it with the private family foundation. And you also get access to our wealth managers, our senior trustees that have been using the entities for over 20 years that know how to set up these trusts and utilize the contracts internationally. You all are generating wealth. And so in turn, you need to be able to have access and ease of your business internationally. Ease. You need to be able to have the access of taking your business from one state to the next with ease. We don't utilize state entities. We use private trust. Our entities are federal organizations. I can go into any state and do business because my business trust is not my business trust, but the business trust and the trust that I administer as a trustee, they're not under any state law. They're under a federal or as a federal organization. It utilizes Article 1, Section 10 of the United States Constitution, which all of us on this line have the right to actually use. So
Oh, and if you just have like a regular job, your own role, how would a trust play into that?
okay, it's an interesting question when people have jobs and they ask me this question. It's like they almost don't catch the fact that anything you own, you can be taxed or sued for. Once you get the money from your job, it's already been taxed. That money in your hand is an asset. If that money is in a personal bank account, someone can sue you for the money. If you take that money and give it to the family trust, you no longer own it. The trust owns the money. So if someone decides to sue you personally, you're no longer liable for it. You can't. What are they going to sue you for? You don't have any money. You can't be taxed any further on the money because you don't own it anymore. So it's asset protection. The second thing is if you have a job, you can donate up to 30% of the money that you make to the private family foundation. So in our scenario with the private family foundation is a tax exempt entity. So anybody that gives to it receives a tax deduction. Well, you as an individual taxpayer, you as a a social security bearer, the money that's made in a job, 30% of that money from that job can be deducted and placed inside of a private family foundation. 30% of it. So if you make $100K a year, you can effectively lower your tax bracket to $70,000, and $70,000 will be honored and looked at as taxable. $30,000 you will put inside of a private family foundation where, once again, you are the trustee. You don't own it, you control it. And 5%, they have a 5% expenditure rule. So 5% of the money has to be spent on charity. Well, inside of our community, you just give the 5% to someone in the community, and someone in our community may give you 5% back. That's why you see Warren Buffett and Bill Gates sit on each other's board, because they're giving money to each other through their foundations. They don't give away money. They give away money to each other.
Yeah, they're
So the
circulating.
5% expenditure, excuse me?
I just said they're circulating their money.
Right. They're working together. So the 5% expenditure is something that you could write grants to other individuals. You go, write a kid to go to college, whatever. What you used to call family vacations are now called private family retreats or site visits. So the family would go wherever they wanted in the world, and they would sit there and do a retreat. There's no telling how long they can do it. There's no limitations on it. As long as it's for a charitable purpose, then it's a site visit or it's a charitable retreat. Those things are part of the 5% expenditure. Business expenses, such as acquiring a business vehicle, acquiring a business address, anything that's catered towards business is a part of the 5% expenditure rule. So, okay, in a $30,000 situation, 5% of it is expended. Well, you have 95% of that money now to do endowments, to create contracts with universities, to create contracts with hospitals, to create contracts with libraries, to where you set up a contract in place where they invest the principal, but they split the interest with your family. And depending on the way the way you set it up, it can be set up in perpetuity, which means forever. So now that private family foundation is receiving money for generations tax-free through a private contract with a college, through a private contract with the hospital. You think if you give a hospital $50,000 2 years in a row to a private family foundation and an endowment, your family's going to wait in the ER when they have an emergency? So there's ways to benefit from our strategy, even if you have a job. Now, I can tell you right now, it's not good to have an employee mentality walking into our situation. It's catered towards entrepreneurs, but at the end of the day, once again, asset protection and growing those assets tax-free in a very protected manner, and limiting your liability is a lot of benefits in that situation. You're welcome.
Hi, Christian. This is Charlie. Consider asset
Hey,
protection.
Charlie.
Would
Say that
this be
again, Charlie?
considered as, would having a trust be considered as an asset protection?
Yeah, it's an asset protection vehicle. Charlie?
Yeah, still here.
Sure. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I just wanted to know if it
Yep.
was considered as an asset protection, like my real estate investments and things like that.
Yeah, definitely. Asset protection and asset separation. We don't use one trust in our system. We use, business trust, family trust, private family foundation. There's benefit to having multiple entities in place. Of course, I don't know if you all know, but when Rockefeller died, he had over 8,000 trusts. Each of the trusts were valued over $200,000 each. So it's good to have a lot of entities in place because they create asset separation and asset protection. And that's what we educate you on. We educate you on at least the first initial system and foundation, the trust that it actually is, because there's over 80 different types of trust contracts. So we educate you on a specific type of trust that it is, so you can actually understand the most beneficial one the ones that the elite are using, so you can actually implement that strategy on your own in your private family scenario.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Okay. Well, I'm here. So if you all have any questions, I know somebody might be trying to unmute their phone. No problem. But like I say, consultations usually cost. So I would recommend you take advantage of the question. There's no stupid question with me. It's just a question, no matter how big or how light it is. Um, I would recommend you take advantage of the free time that you have. But me and Cornell do post together and stuff like that. So um, you can catch us there if you do have any questions. I do my best to stay on topic with those posts, but um, you know, I'm here to serve in any capacity.
This is Charlie again. Can our trust be passed down to our children? Like, can we teach our children our trust also in your class?
Well, of course. I mean, Charlie, you're a trustee, so the so I have a lot of people ask me this question. I had a realtor ask me this question the other day. She said, and this is I'm going to answer your question, Charlie, but I want to let you know, I want to let you all know the mindset of people that are not operating in the capacity that we're operating in. To answer your question clearly with a contrast as well. So she asked me, she's not in our trust system. She said, so when when I'm trying to pass on assets to my children, how do the children get involved? So to answer your question, Charlie, the way that your children would be involved would be as successor trustees. Remember, anything anyone owns, they can be taxed or sued for. So the trust never gives up ownership of the assets. They just step into place of where you are right now as a trustee controlling the assets. They would never even if they were a beneficiary, they would never benefit financially, quote unquote, from it. Why? Because it would make them tax liable for a financial situation. So they would just step in the position of being a trustee and put themselves in a position of taking advantage of what the trust says it can do. It could pay for their clothing. It could pay for their food. It could pay for their shelter. Why? Because they're trustees. They have to administer the entity. So it never really passes on assets to the children directly. It's just they benefit from it as a trustee, as you are benefiting from it as a trustee. Does that make sense?
Yes. So this is not like a will,
Okay.
right?
No, it's not a will. It's not a will is a document that the grantor or somebody makes to pass on assets to someone. There's no defined entity. It's just the contract, which is the will. Whereas the trust is a separate legal person from the grantor. And in our system we use irrevocable trust. So the grantor is out of the situation, but the contract is what the trustees administer. And so it's definitely not a will. You wouldn't want to use that. That's a public statutory situation. There's nothing private about a will. It goes through probate because you have a probate lawyer that's going to make sure that the inheritance is passed along. The only thing is that you just don't die intestate. So if you have a will, you don't die intestate, but you do. You still have the estate in probate. And in turn, there's inheritance tax, there's probate tax, there's death tax. It's a whole bunch of taxes associated with that. Well, we bypass that because the trust doesn't die. So when you pass away, Charlie, your children, they don't inherit anything. They just step into the position of trusteeship and they continuously manage the estate.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? Okay. So yes, if you all want to make our workshop, and South Florida. I Go ahead. Somebody's hopping on the line.
Oh, that's me. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I was just letting you all know that we have a workshop on the 24th of February. It is a one-day event. It's from 9 to 5. We're going to have our private wealth managers in the room. These are not individuals that you're going to see advertising in the public. We have a private system in place for a reason. Um, we have a very sophisticated educational system in place, the continuing education system. Um, and, it's made for you all to really gain wealth and control your wealth. So so if you all want to get access to that workshop, you can feel free to email me, Christian@trustchristian.com, and I can send you all a invoice. The invoice is going to be either dollars for and whoever else you want to bring. It could be your lawyer, it could be your CPA, it could be your spouse. $350 for two, $200 for one. And the last thing I wanted to wrap up on, there's 4 keys that one of my mentors taught me when you're acquiring wealth. And this is why most people are not able to build wealth. People think it's about how much money you make. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much you keep. This is why you see wealthy people have foundations. They're not giving money away. They're giving money away to themselves. They just know what entities to use, which tax forms to use, and which ones not to. The first key to wealth is putting your money in the correct tax position. All of you all right now, if you're not inside of the trust system, you have some entity that's receiving the wealth. Social Security number, LLC, S Corp, C Corp, those are public. There's a private system that you may or may not have been taught. The first key to wealth is putting your money in the correct tax position. The second key to wealth is protecting that wealth. We don't use public trust. We use private trust. The third key to wealth is growing those assets tax-free. The fourth key to wealth is passing on that wealth tax-free from one generation to the next. So I just wanted to share that with you all. So you all can be abreast of what is it that we'll be educating you on in our system. It is a lot more in depth, but it's not a hard system to grasp, but it's something for you and your families that you all should try to do with your families. We actually have families on the line here. Take advantage of the system and look forward to the rest of you all moving forward in that capacity. Once again, if you want to get access to our workshop or get a consultation, just email me, Christian@trustchristian.com.
Yeah. I guess that'll wrap it up. Ain't nobody got anything.
Well, thank you, Cornell. Appreciate it, man. It's always a pleasure.
No problem.
Hey, I just want to say thank you, Cornell, and thank you, Christian. Wonderful job, great information shared. I appreciate both of you.
You're
No
welcome.
problem, Pastor.
Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Cornell. Great night.
All right.
You're welcome. All right, that's it, Cornell.
Yeah, that's it. We're gonna end it.
Oh. All right, y'all have a blessed night. Talk to you soon.
All right.
You too. Appreciate y'all.
I like to leave that computer. I know.